Hello, you've reached ChristianApologist.com, and I'm S.J. Thomason, and today I'm going to present to you 11 questions that atheists cannot answer.
Want a bet, Cupcake? Let's have at it, shall we? Welcome back, dear viewers. Today we will answer the 11 unanswerable questions put forth by S.J. Thompson of the ChristianApologist.com organization. And I have to say, if this is the best that they have to offer, then they may as well close up their shop now.
The first question: how do you explain why the early Christian martyrs preached for decades saying they saw the risen Christ?
Because they were trying to push a new religion. And yet, when you read the accounts within the New Testament by John, Luke, Paul, and others, their stories contradict each other on numerous important points. How could this be? If they are all claiming to be witnesses of the same event, why would there be such massive differences between their stories? Care to answer that one, S.J.?
2. How do you explain the rise of Christianity to between 5 and 6 million by 313 when it was finally legalized from such humble roots?
Simple. The same way cults today get started and gain members, by making outlandish promises to the gullible and desperate people who are seeking easy answers and or a messiah to guide them. Just take a look at the Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, founded in the 1870s and now has over 8 million followers. Or more recently, look at Reverend Sun Myung Moon and his Unification Church, aka the Moonies, which was founded in the 1950s and is estimated to have over 25,000 followers in the U.S. alone.
3. What powered inflation of the universe?
I am sure you have heard of a little something called the Big Bang, a concept put forth by a Belgian Roman Catholic priest and astronomer by the name of Georges Latimer in 1927, and one that has been pretty much proven by continuous observations and experimentations from countless other astronomers and astrophysicists. The Big Bang makes a hell of a lot more sense than having some all-powerful entity just poofing everything into existence by uttering a few magical incantations.
4. Why are humans spiritual?
What do you mean by spiritual? That we believe in God or gods or earth spirits or ghosts or fuck knows how many other superstitions? Basically, these concepts are throwbacks to our ignorant past, and we as a species have yet to evolve beyond them. They still have the capacity to instill a false sense of comfort and security among many of us, even though it has yet to be proven that spirits actually exist.
5. Where did consciousness come from?
From our big brain. As we evolved and our brains grew from a simple rudimentary brain stem to what it is today, we became self-aware and conscious of our own selves, our environment, and our place within it. Even the most simplest of animals have a sense of self-awareness and a consciousness at one level or another. There was no God involved.
6. How do you explain what some have called our sixth sense?
Our sixth sense? You mean like ESP, clairvoyance, telekinesis, precognition, or astral projection? Now you really are going deep down the rabbit hole of woo. None of these concepts have been proven, and evidence to date shows that they do not exist. Trust me, when I was much younger, I was very deep into this shit, and I can tell you categorically that it is nothing but bullshit and woo.
7. How did the Earth overcome what MIT and Stanford physicists call statistically miraculous odds to have habitable conditions?
I actually Googled this claim, could only find a blog post by Dan Falk written on December 31st, 2011, which referenced a probability chart produced by Harvard Law School blogger Ali Binzir, which claims to show that the odds of any single individual being conceived and born were astronomically improbable, especially when you regress that probability down through one's ancestors. And yet, here we are. Life evolved here as it did because our life forms are the ones best suited for the conditions of our planet. Simply put, we evolved as we did in order to survive the conditions of our environment. As far as we know, the conditions on our planet could well be positively lethal to other potential life forms that may have evolved throughout the galaxy. Indeed, we now suspect that there may well be life on some of the moons of Jupiter. There is nothing that says potential life forms throughout the galaxy have to conform to our Terran model.
8. Why does humanity cherish humility and honesty over pride and deceit?
Well, come on, we don't. At best, we pay lip service to humility and honesty, and yet we reward false humility or pride and dishonesty. How else do you explain this joker? If we held humility and honesty in such high regard, then there would be no way in hell of him holding the office of the President of the United States as he currently does.
9. Why do almost all feel compelled to do what's right by helping neighbors? Why is there a norm of reciprocity?
We are a social herd animal, and learned long ago that it is in our individual best self-interest to get along with and contribute to our social group. It ensured our continued survival and well-being along with that of our group. Plus, we developed a sense of empathy, which is also very self-serving. We can't imagine how bad and painful a negative occurrence to another member of our group could be. And we try to alleviate that suffering in others because we hope that someone will do the same for us when we are in need of help. The norm of reciprocity is a double-edged sword. Basically, it requires that we repay in kind what others have done for us. Be kind and helpful to others, and you can expect the same in return. Act like a self-centered cunt, then you can expect others within your group to treat you the same.
10. What is our greater purpose?
Put it simply, we do not have one. We, just like the universe, just are. At best, we live to pass on our genes, knowledge, and life experience to the next generation. However, in the end, it will mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, as we each must die and be forgotten. So too will our universe come to an end, either by expanding to the point where heat death occurs, or collapsing back onto itself and possibly restarting all over again in another big bang. In the meantime, we are alive in the here and now, so it's best to enjoy it while we can.
And 11. Why is there evil in the world?
Well, according to your Bible, because God wanted it. In Isaiah 44, verse 7, God told Cyrus, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So, SJ, do you care to answer why the God that you worship and love would create evil in order to torment his own creations? Good and evil are both subjective concepts based on societal norms of the day. For example, today slavery is considered to be evil. And yet, no more than 160 years ago in the United States, it was considered to be, if not good, then at least not an evil. Evil exists only in the minds of mankind. It is we who decide what is evil and what is not evil. In the same manner, we decide what is good and what is not good.
Thank you very much. This is ChristianApologist.com. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, SJ. I hope I was able to answer your unanswerable questions for you. Might I suggest next time that you try a bit harder? That's it for this video, dear viewer. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, take care.